Hey guys, Coach Bricks here. Hey, phenomenal talk last night with about four guys in the gym. And it was all based on, what are they doing to improve, but what are they helping their team do to improve? So I asked the kids, why don't they think they're going to have a good season? I asked them first, do they think they're ever going to have a good season? Then they said no. I said, why? And, the answer was pretty interesting. He goes, well, most of the guys are just content on what they have. There's no pressure being put on by the underclassmen because the coaches, aren't pushing them, to compete to take that other guy's spot. So most of the upperclassmen, your juniors and seniors, already think that they have a spot. So they don't need to push real hard. I said, it's interesting. So probably about three of the four said that. The other one who did said, yeah, they should have a good year. And this is why they should have a good year. And his answer was because they have a lot of talent. So my question to him is what happens if that talent doesn't materialize? Say you're off, say something doesn't go right, where's it at? And they really he couldn't answer. And it was unfortunate because as coaches, as adults, we're supposed to teach the youth what it takes to get to that level, right? To that level where we should be at. And it's not just in sports, it's in life. Sports should be used as an avenue to teach life. I know we've lost that sight. It's all about wins, okay? Which I think is phenomenal. I think you have to win to understand it. But I don't think many people out there teach how to actually overcome adversity, how to do those things anymore. I think it's because you have to soften everything down for people today because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to have parents coming in, knocking on your door all the time, demanding this, demanding that, even though they still demand it no matter what. But I think that's what we've gotten to. And with those four guys, I said, okay, so I said, what are you doing then personally to correct that? And none of them could answer it. They go, well, I'm here working out. I said, okay, that's great. But I said, you're not the whole team. I said, you need your teammates to make you better. So we got in the topic of a couple professional athletes. The guys have played in the past. And I said, well, what made them great? And they really didn't know, which is unfortunate, you know what I mean? Because they never dive deep into, looking behind the scenes of these athletes. What goes on, to drive them to be the best that they possibly can be. And it's also and I got into it also about the coaches, not pushing them to be the best they can be. So I asked the kids that my next question, which is always one of the questions I ask, is I said, did you give 100% in what you do? And three of them were like, yeah, man, I give like 110. Right there was a red flag for me because there's no way you give 110%. Okay, and I know that's a great talking point for all the coaches out there and strength coaches and sports coaches, but it doesn't exist. So stop saying it, okay? Stop feeding them that stuff. It's a great marketing thing, and that's what you do. You're just living off a marketing tool, but it doesn't exist. And I said to them, and they all looked at me like puzzled, like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you don't even know what 100% is, dude. I said, I don't even know what 100% is, what I could give. That coach doesn't even know what 100% is. Nobody knows what 100% is because you never know where your max is. And that's what's the greatest thing about life is that you can continue to work, continue to push, continue to go. And you never know where it's going to be. And that's what is the fascinating thing to me. Because where is that 100%? And anybody who could answer that is lying to you because they don't even know. The only person that lived with 100%, probably in everything they did, was Jesus. That's it. Everybody else never reaches that point. Now we strive to it, and I will always tell a kid to work to 100%. I'll never tell them to work past that because it's humanly impossible. And like I said, it's a stupid saying. But 100% is all you have. But you need to continue to push yourself to get there. Now, so the kid brought up a thing. So if I push myself 5 hours a day in the gym straight, and falling over, I was giving 100%. I said, no, that's stupidity. So what you got to understand about 100% and getting there is understanding the human body, when it needs rest. okay, when it needs to be nourished, when it needs to work, and how hard you need to work in that. That's the problem. Nobody teaches anybody to understand their own body. You just go out there, you abuse the ever-living crap out of it, and then you expect it to return and give you what it wants. But it can't, because you abused it. You stayed up late. You ate the wrong food. You did all this. And while you're young, because you don't have that many toxins in you at that point, you can get by. It's not because you're young. It's just because your toxin levels are so low. Okay, as you age, you don't get rid of the toxins, so you have all these levels, and that's why you can't push. You think you can't push, but if you got rid of the toxins, you could probably push just as great as those younger athletes, and do more, because your body should know and understand what it can do to a greater level. But that's the reason we don't teach this. We don't get people to understand their own body, to have them to push to a certain point, and then, okay, I need to rest now. I need to do this. I have about 3 or 4 athletes that I'm working with, higher level guys that I've worked with, some in the past, some now, that understand that. They understand their body. They will contact me on a regular basis and be like, hey, this is what's going on. I said, well, why do you feel that? And then we'll go through the whole process, and I'm like, that's it. That's where it's at. Okay, what do you need to do? I let them answer. Okay, do it. When they come back the next day, yeah, that worked. That's them understanding their body. That's them understanding who they truly are. And that's what the difference is. That is what the difference is, making an athlete great, average, or good. And that's also what we're supposed to be teaching them, to understand themselves. Because if everybody got to that point where they understood the body, they can start continually getting closer and closer to that 100%, because they know what they need. If they're just a great athlete who goes to the gym like a lot of kids do, but they don't know their body, they're never going to get to 100%. They're always going to fail, because something will push them backwards. An injury, okay? A slip up, all right? Eating wrong, not feeling right, getting sick, okay? Having toxins overload. All that stuff will push you backwards. But if you understand your body, you can maneuver around all the things that might come in your way. Here's the detour. I get around it because I understand. What do I need to do here? Yeah, I wasn't eating right, so guess what? Now my body's off, so I got to fix that. Or this, I'm starting to feel some elbow pain. Okay, before it gets out of control, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to do this. Boom, now it's better. A day or two later, it's better. Great. Now we need to continue on this path. That's the thing we should be teaching. And that's what I told the kids last night. You don't understand yourself. They, all 4 of them, look shocked. I mean, a jaw drop. Okay, for them it's trying to understand that. So, I went and had to do my workout with my one athlete that I was working with. Came back to him 20 minutes later, and all 4 of them were saying, man, I can't get that out of my head. I said, what can't you get out of your head? Your talk about understanding the body and understanding who we are as a team and understanding that. I said, coaches never taught us any of this stuff, never told us where to work to or what to do in that respect. Yeah, they give us the plays, they give us our IDs or the drills to do, but they don't teach us the real meaning of who we are. And that's why we never excel to where we should be, because guys are content. They don't know who they are, so they don't even know where they could be, how great they could. And it's something I think us as coaches, us as adults, need to look at ourselves, number one, because there's a lot of strength coaches out there that ain't taking care of themselves, okay? Just look at them, okay? And sports coaches. Number 2 is we're not teaching these things. We're not teaching these things to get people to understand it. Is it a deepness? Yes, it's deep. The human body is deep. Understanding the human body is very, very deep. The majority of people will never understand it. That's why most people do everything wrong, is because they take the superficial way of what we're being told right now and trying to live that, thinking popping a pill will fix my problem when it doesn't. I need to lose weight. Well, pop this pill. And then in the long run, then we develop some kind of problem because that pill was toxic and it caused us to react in the other way instead of doing things the correct way. And that's what it's all about, understanding who we are, getting these young athletes at a younger age to understand it. Could you imagine what they could accomplish when they become adults? What imagine if somebody would have told you and got you to understand your body at a young age, what you could do right now? I wish somebody would have told me. I had to figure it out at age 40-something, going through all the difficulties, all the pains, all the struggles to get to understand who I really was. and what I needed to accomplish and how I needed to overcome certain things and fix certain things that were broken. I had to do all that stuff. And that's what we all have to do. When you do that, then you could take yourself and channel yourself into becoming better, working towards that 100%, and getting other people on your team to do the same exact thing. But you can't if you don't know who you are. And I don't care if you're a freshman or sophomore or whatever, you could do these things and make your team better, but we're not doing it. We're not doing a good job of it. We're not getting people to understand what makes people great. It's not just their talent that makes people great. It's their understanding of who they are and how to get other people to rise to them, not bring themselves down, but rise people up to a level greater than they thought possible. Now, they'll never go above that 100%, but they might get to 91, 92, something that they never reached. They thought they were there, but they were never there. I haven't hit 100%. I know that. I know there's still more out there. They're still there. Okay? You could win 10 championships. John Wooden didn't even give 100%. You know, and he had 10 championships. Okay? There was still stuff there that you don't even understand because the body and the mind and the spirit are so deep that it's just unfathomable where we could actually get to. But that's what the great part about it is. There's always going to be something that we could reach more, reach more, reach more, reach more, reach more, reach more. And that's the beauty of it all. Because we don't know ourselves deep enough to know that we're there. And it goes into everything we do. And that's why the process is so deep. The process is there, but it's not understanding. And that's why I developed that whole Earth Strong program, because that's what it is about. Understanding who you are, how to rise yourself up and then bring others to this level. Not bring yourself down to this level. And I don't care, like I said, if you're a young person, whatever, is getting people to rise. Because if you get people to rise and understand who they are and what they're truly put on this earth by God to do, you don't need all the bull crap out there. You don't need people telling you everything what to do. You can understand and control your own life and control who you are, and then actually get people to actually like-minded people who understand who they are to rise up and be great. And that's what we want. Reach out with questions. Let me know your thought process on it. Tell me, am I way off? Am I not? What are you doing to help your athletes? What are you doing to make yourself better as an individual? Let me know. Be blessed.